2 months ago, I moved to a quiet suburb. Wide lawns, quiet streets, friendly neighbors. My house was right on the corner, and across the street sat a small single-story house. The curtains were always drawn. A little rundown, but nothing unusual. On moving day, several neighbors stopped by to say hello, but no one from the house across the street ever came. One night, while taking out the trash, I saw someone. A figure behind the curtain. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. Just a silhouette, tall, thin, completely still. I waved. They didn't move. The next morning, I found a note in my mailbox. Please keep your curtains closed. He doesn't like to be watched. I laughed it off. Probably a prank. Maybe some bored kid. I threw it away. But things started getting weird. Every night around 2 a.m., a light would turn on in the living room window across the street. The same figure would appear behind the curtain. Never moving. Just watching. I couldn't sleep. I felt watched even when the blinds were shut. One night I snapped. I grabbed a flashlight and pointed it straight at the window. The figure disappeared instantly. The next day, another note. Don't shine the light at him. The dark keeps us safe. This time I felt something cold in my stomach. I asked the neighbors, "Do you know who lives across the street?" They hesitated. "We thought someone moved in when you did," one said. But no one's ever seen them. That place is always shut tight. I checked Google Street View. The last image of the house was from 3 years ago. Same window, same curtain, same silhouette. 3 years, same exact position. Something was wrong. I installed cameras, one aimed directly at the house. Next morning, I checked the footage. At 2:03 a.m., the light turns on. The figure appears. At 2:17, the camera feed cuts out. Only that one. I watched again. At 2:10, the silhouette moves for the first time. It tilts its head, then slowly inches toward the window. And for a split second, it looks at the camera. I zoomed in, froze the frame. But there was no face, just a black void, a hole where a face should be. A week later, I woke up to a note taped to my window. "You're next." I went to the police, showed them the notes, told them everything, asked them to check the house. They came back the next day. "That house is empty," the officer said. "It's been empty for 5 years. The owner's mother died in there. Her son found her, locked the place up. No one's lived there since. But I saw the lights, the figure, every night. That night I heard a creaking sound. I looked out the window. The window across the street was open, and the silhouette was gone. I turned around. Right behind me, I heard someone breathe.
When I moved into the 3rd floor of my new apartment building, just me and my thoughts. No roommates, no noise. It was quiet, peaceful. For the first week. Then I heard it. A slow, dragging sound from the apartment above mine. Furniture moving, maybe? But always at odd hours, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., sometimes just before dawn. No voices, no music, just dragging. I didn't think much of it. Cities are noisy. People live differently. Then came the knocking. Not on my door, on my ceiling. Light taps at first, random, then more frequent. Always from the same corner of the living room. Always late at night. One night I knocked back. The tapping stopped. But the next night it was louder. More deliberate. I mentioned it to the landlord. "Oh," he said casually. "There's no one in 4B right now. Been vacant for a few weeks? Still fixing the plumbing?" I blinked. "Are you sure? I hear someone moving around up there every night." He shrugged. "Place is locked up tight. Could be the pipes." That night I stayed up. At 1:47 a.m., it started again. Scraping, dragging, then the knock. Right above my couch. I stood on it, reached up, and knocked once. No response. Then 3 knocks back. Clear, loud. I froze. My heart pounded. I got off the couch, turned on every light, and stared at the ceiling like it would answer me. Next morning, I went to the 4th floor. The hallway was dim and dusty. Most doors had stickers or grime. I found 4B. The peephole was covered. The knob looked scratched. I stood there, unsure what I expected. Then I heard it. A faint dragging sound. Right behind the door. I left. Back in my unit, I told myself I imagined it. Maybe a raccoon in the ceiling? But 2 nights later, I woke up gasping. Because I heard breathing. Not mine. Not from a TV, right above me. Slow, heavy, shaky. Then a soft laugh. A child's laugh. I didn't sleep again that night. The next day, I asked a neighbor if anyone had moved into 4B. She shook her head. Nope, been empty since the last guy. Well, since the police came. I paused. The police? She looked uncomfortable. Yeah, guy who lived there before, kept to himself. One day he vanished. They found weird stuff in his place. Dolls nailed to the walls. Scratches in the closet. Nobody talks about it. I felt sick. I called the landlord again, insisted he check 4B with me. Reluctantly, he agreed. We unlocked the unit together. The place was dark and freezing. Smelled like mildew and something sour, but it was empty. Mostly. One chair sat in the living room, facing the wall, and something scratched into the paint. Still here. The landlord claimed someone broke in, promised to change the locks, told me not to worry. That night, I heard it again, but this time not from the ceiling. From inside my apartment. A dragging sound, closer. I turned the corner toward the kitchen. The chair from 4B was sitting in my living room, facing the wall.